Hello students. Now we'll start with the development of the venous system. So after our arterial system, we'll continue with the development of the venous system. So in this, the points to focus are that you should be able to understand or describe what is the fate of vitelline and the cardinal veins, how inferior vena cava is formed and superior vena cava is formed, and the formation of the portal vein. So the veins of the embryo is divided into three groups. So firstly, there is the vitelline vein, which is draining the blood from the yolk sac. Then is the umbilical vein, which carry oxygenated blood from the placenta. And then is the cardinal system of veins, which consist of the anterior and the posterior cardinal veins, which drains the blood from head, neck, and body wall. So all these veins, they are opening into this sinus venosus, which is itself is embedded in the septum transversum. So all the four veins, they are going to travel through the septum transversum. This one is the liver bud, which is growing into the septum transversum. So all of these four veins, they will traverse through septum transversum to open into the sinus venosus, the right and the left horn of the sinus venosus. So now the fate of the vitelline vein. So you have to keep in mind, just to summarize, vitelline veins, they will give rise to liver sinusoids, the portal system, and a portion of inferior vena cava. So how they are formed, let's see. So firstly, how the liver sinusoids are being formed. Now the vitelline veins, they arise from the capillary plexuses of the yolk sac. Now where was the yolk sac? It was outside the body cavity and outside the embryo, and later on it was taken inside and it will form the primitive gut of the embryo. So there was right and left vitelline plexus, they will develop into the septum transversum. So this one is the septum growing liver cord. Here will be the septum transversum. So you see this figure over here. The right and the left vitelline plexuses are developing into this septum transversum, and they will connect these right and the left vitelline vein. So the vessels of these plexuses, this is the plexus which is formed joining these two right and the left vitelline vein. They will grow and they will form the liver sinusoids. Okay, they are surrounded by the liver cords and they will give rise to the liver sinusoid. So first thing you have to keep in mind is that liver sinusoids, they are derived from vitelline veins. Now the how the terminal portion of the inferior vena cava is formed. So you have to focus over here. This one is the right vitelline vein. So left vitelline vein will diminish. Why? Because left to right shunt was being formed. So left horn loses its importance. So all the veins draining into it will regress gradually, except the left umbilical vein. So left is left. You have to remember like this. Left umbilical vein will be left, rest all will regress. So blood from the left side of the abdominal viscera now drain across an enlarged hepatovenous channel. This enlarged right vitelline vein through transverse anastomosis. Okay, that are formed within the substance of the liver around the abdominal portion of the foregut. So these are the anastomotic channels which have been formed between the right and the left vitelline vein in the septum transversum. So the cranial portion of the right vitelline vein, this portion is between the liver and the heart. So this one is the between the liver and the heart. So this becomes the terminal portion of the inferior vena cava. So terminal portion of the inferior vena cava is from the enlarged right vitelline vein. Okay. Then how the ductus venosus is formed. So firstly, you see over here, this one is the right hepatocardiac channel is being formed over here. This was the sinusoids over here. So right hepatocardiac channel will form. This is the ductus venosus shunting the blood from left umbilical vein to the terminal part of the inferior vena cava. Now the vitelline veins caudal to the liver. So these are the vitelline vein caudal to the liver. These are green in color. They will regress during second and third months, except the portion of the right vitelline vein just caudal to the developing liver. So this is the portion of the right vitelline vein. This will not regress, and few of the proximal ventral left to right vitelline anastomosis. So this is left to right vitelline anastomosis. So some of them will not regress. So what are the portion of the vitelline vein which is staying? The right vitelline vein which is caudal to the liver, and some anastomotic channels between the right and the left vitelline vein. So these veins will form the main channels of the portal system. So the segment of the right vitelline vein caudal to the liver, this one is caudal to the liver, it becomes portal vein and superior mesenteric vein. So this one will be the superior mesenteric. So this one is the portal vein and the superior mesenteric vein. And prominent left to right vitelline anastomosis, it is remodeled to deliver the blood to distal end of the portal vein through two veins. So one is the splenic vein, which will drain the blood from the developing spleen, and the inferior mesenteric vein, which will drain the blood from the hindgut. So this anastomotic channel between the right and the left vitelline vein will form the splenic vein and the inferior mesenteric vein, whereas the right vitelline vein will form the terminal portion of the portal vein and the superior mesenteric vein. So this is how the portal system will form, which will be told you in detail. And this is the ductus venosus, the hepatocardic channel, which is formed to shunt the blood from uh, left to right side, is known as hepatocardic channel, which is known as ductus venosus. Now the development of the portal vein. So the two vitelline veins, they are lying on either side of the developing duodenum, which is the foregut, right? So they get connected through three channels. So one is cranial ventral anastomotic channel, one is middle dorsal, and the third one is caudal ventral. So these are the anastomotic channel between the right and the left vitelline veins. So what happens? Gradually, they will disappear. So what is left? Over here you can see the caudal part of the left vitelline vein. This one is the right, this one is the left. So caudal part of the left vitelline vein up to the joining of the splenic and the superior mesenteric vein. Okay, this one is left. Then the dorsal anastomosis will be left, and the cranial part of the right vitelline vein between the dorsal and the cranial ventral anastomosis. This is the cranial ventral and the dorsal anastomosis. This will be left. So this figure of 8 will be formed. This portion will form our portal vein. Now the right umbilical vein disappears and the left umbilical vein anastomosis with the ductus venosus. Now you will see a video regarding the development of this vitelline system of vein. Cardinal system will be explained later on. So firstly, this is our developing heart tube. This is the sinus venosus. So this portion will be taken. So firstly, you understand this figure. We are seeing the heart from behind. Okay, this is from behind. So that is why this is the left side and this is the right side. So this is the left horn. This will be the right horn. ठीक है, बाकी के सारे फिगर्स में हम आगे से देखेंगे, इसलिए उसमें राइट इधर हो जाएगा, लेफ्ट इधर हो जाएगा. So over here we are seeing it from the back. So this one is the left horn, this one is the right horn, this one is the left common cardinal vein. So this is the left anterior cardinal, this is the left posterior cardinal vein. These will be the umbilical and these are the pair of vitelline vein. The left and the right vitelline, the left and the right umbilical, and these are the left and the right cardinal, the common cardinal with anterior and posterior cardinal veins. Okay. Then what happens? Gradually the left horn will lose its importance. Why? Because left to right shunt will be formed. So over here you can see there is regression of the left horn and the right horn will stay. So gradually all the left veins, they will regress except the left umbilical vein, and on the right side only the right vitelline vein is left over here. Slowly and gradually everything will regress. So now this one is the right horn over here. This was the and this was the left horn, which will form the oblique vein of left atrium and the coronary sinus, and this one is the right uh, right posterior. This was the right horn. So over here, what was entering the anterior and the posterior cardinal vein. So anterior cardinal vein, the caudal portion will form the left brachiocephalic vein. So left brachiocephalic vein is formed from the anterior cardinal vein of the left side. Then now the fate of the vitelline and the umbilical vein. So over here we will focus over here. This is the developing liver bud. This is the foregut. Now these are the vitelline veins, the right and the left. Now we are seeing it from the front. So now this is the right vitelline vein. This is the left vitelline vein. These are the umbilical veins. These are the cardinal veins. Okay, opening into the sinus venosus. The common cardinal veins, anterior and the posterior one. So cardinal veins are draining from the blood from the head and neck and the body wall. Right now, there are certain anastomotic channels which are formed in front and back of the foregut between these vitelline veins. So now this is the developing septum transversum. Now what you can see, gradually there are various anastomotic channels between the right and the left vitelline vein inside also, and these liver sinusoids are being formed by these anastomotic channels of the vitelline veins. Now you can see, because of the, this was the left side, this was the right side, this was the left side. So left to right shunt is being formed because of this hepatocardic venous channel. This will form the ductus venosus. And over here you can see the ventral and the dorsal cranial and the caudal anastomosis are being formed between the vitelline vein simultaneously. So this portion will later on give rise to the portal venous system. This is our left umbilical vein which will be left. This right umbilical vein will regress. So left umbilical vein is later on is forming the ligamentum teres. Now this is septum transversum, in which this is a growing liver bud. So that is why the ligamentum teres, which is attached to its lower border, has an obliterated part of the left umbilical vein. Now this ductus venosus is formed over here. Now finally, this is our hepatocardic channel being formed. These are the liver sinusoids being formed. This is the left umbilical vein which will form the ligamentum teres. This is our hepatic portal venous system of vein which is formed by the right vitelline vein caudal to the developing liver segment, as we have studied. And this one is the splenic vein, and this one is the superior mesenteric vein formed by the superior mesenteric vein formed by the right vitelline vein. Now we will study the cardinal venous system in our next class.